Hi, my name is Mike Rossi. I work with, out of the Carlisle office over here with Iron Valley. Just a little professional background on me, give you a basis as to why I like this digital platform. I started with Iron Valley back in March. Prior to that, I did 14 years in recruiting. Number one thing that I feel transfers from both of those fields is contact information exchange. A lot of times we talk to people and there really isn't a means for follow-up. This digital platform kind of removes all that. So if I pull a business card out of my pocket and I hand it to you, Claire, what am I getting out of that? It's a one-sided exchange, right? I'm handing you my business card in hopes that you, one, remember to call me, two, remember that you actually have my business card, and three, that your concern even exists the next day, right? So the LINQ digital business card, there's a lot of big features in here. We're going to go over the basic version of it today. Once we get into further conversations, if anybody wants additional training after that, I'm always open for that. But there are different things you can do, such as set a calendar reminder to go with your contact card. So when it downloads into somebody's phone, a week later, calendar reminder pops up and says, hey, have you called Mike Rossi yet? So it's a great way of being able to interact with the person after the conversation's actually taken place. So. Are we clicking in unison?
Yep.
Okay, fantastic. So for anybody that has not used a digital card or anything else like that, feel free to grab your phone, scan this QR code. If you're watching this, I was about to say at home, that's not even right. If you're watching this through the Zoom, scan that QR code. I'll give everybody a minute to kind of pull up my business card. This is how this looks, how it operates. You're going to come up, it's going to have a contact exchange.
Are we gonna get spam from you?
Yes, absolutely. Yes, this is going to be worse than me sending updates through showing time. So, you can save my contact information. Reason I started out the presentation with this is there's always follow-up questions. So now you have my contact information to ask me questions later on down the road. This is how the business card works. I'm going to get into a lot of the features of it. Sorry for everybody watching on the Zoom. I'm Italian and caffeinated. I'm going to be walking around. The features of this card are what make the platform worth it. Again, there is a free version of this card, which is what everybody should have downloaded. There is the Pro version of this card, which is $5 a month. And then there is the LINQ Pro Plus, which is $15 a month, which I'm sure somebody inadvertently downloaded through this whole thing. If you did, just reach out to me afterwards and I'll tell you exactly how to get your money back. So the free version is what we're going to build a card off of today towards the end of this presentation. The Pro version is what I use. The Pro Plus has a full CRM that comes along with it. You really don't need that because we have KV Core, and the way that we're going to design the business card, all of our links are going to direct people back to the Iron Valley pages, which are going to dump all the information into the KV Core portal anyway. So realistically, if you're utilizing this as your business card, your KV Core leads should be building themselves through the actual business card data transfer. So. All right. Once we get into the page, we're going to go through this stuff as everybody's setting it up, but I just wanted to show you the analytics section. This is the main reason why I like this platform. Like I said, if I hand you a paper business card, it's an entirely one-based transaction. I'm handing it to you, you're getting all the information. I don't get anything back in return. Some people have better skills than others. They can get a name and a phone number before they walk away. But for the most part, if you're looking for a quick transaction just to exchange information, you hand somebody a business card, you're not getting anything back. With this card, you're sending the information directly to somebody or they're scanning your QR code. Either way, there's a digital transfer. Everybody that just opened up my card, you should see that a actual screen popped up asking you if you want to download my contact information. And then there's an exchange form that popped up asking first name, last name, email or phone number, and how you heard of it. So why that's big for me is I use the QR code version of this a lot. I put a QR code on everything. There is a QR code that I put on top of pizza boxes that goes out for weekend deliveries. This specific template that I sent out for everybody to look at was created on November 1st. So if you look at the screen since November 1st, 621 people have scanned that card. So from all the QR codes that I hang around, or I was at the Hershey Bears game and I started airdropping my business card as I was walking around getting popcorn for my kids. that type of stuff. I had 621 views just this month based off of that. As people scan, it will tell you where they scanned it. If they scanned a QR code, when somebody accesses the business card, it'll tell you how they accessed it. So it'll either be from a digital scan or you sent them the information. It breaks it down in all the analytics. So if you look under the recent activity underneath each person, blocked out the name because it is the actual person's name, but it will tell you that person viewed, this person actually I showed a property to on the 15th. So they looked at my business card on the 15th, they looked at my business card again on the 16th, and they went into starting a property search to start looking up addresses and things of that nature, just to dive into it. So it's very targeted. When I go to do open houses, I will have an open house business card. So the entire business card will be an open house dedicated just to that listing. People go in, they scan that QR code. My contact information is still on it, but it has things like the MLS page, other facts about the home itself, how to contact the listing agent, all that information that we put up on social media is actually all on this all on this digital business card. 1 week after the open house, that digital business card expires. The only information they still have is my contact information. If they want any other information, they have to reach back out to me directly. I know I made the joke about the Hershey Bears game, or realistically, only about 100 of those views came out of that night. So over 500 views came from people just clicking that QR code, the random places that I have it, and I've had it put up since November 1st. Side note, just because I'm petty, I take the QR code from LINQ. I also take my digital business card that I got from Fast Signs. I go into Canva and I make a 4x6 picture, right? I send it to Walmart. I now have a QR code with my business card on the bottom of it for 6 cents a print. I hang them up everywhere, sheets, wherever there's a cork board, my QR code is everywhere. I've started to see other agents will go over and put their business card over top of my business card. I want to say thank you because people scan that QR code based off of your picture instead of mine. So I appreciate you doing the effort or the energy of getting me lead. I really do appreciate it. So if you ever see my business card and you want to put your face over it, feel free to do so because I'm still getting the lead. That's another beautiful part about this. You're still getting the traffic no matter if, I don't know if anybody has any experience with putting stuff on places and just you go back and your business card's ripped down, or you put up a flyer and your contact information is ripped off the bottom and somebody else puts their stuff up. I have other brokerages, which I'm not allowed to say names, but other places do that as well too. So I appreciate it because again, if your face is going to get somebody to scan that QR code, that's coming right to me. So the other portion of the analytics that I love is everybody has their good idea fairy. They design marketing that looks absolutely amazing to them. They post it online. They get nothing from it. That's one of the big things I hear from agents that I've talked to since I've been here. I'm putting all this energy out into it, but I'm not getting any results from it. Maybe just because the way that you're presenting the information looks great to you when you can't sleep at 1 o'clock in the morning and you're designing something on Canva, but the actual application of it might not be actually hitting what the public wants to see. Beautiful part about this card is you see what everyone's clicking on your business card. So if you have content on there, a lot of times I'll have content on these business cards that gets 0 clicks. I know, take that off, put something else in its place. If you're looking at all those little bubbles, this is just this past week's worth of click activity. So in this past week alone, 20 people have clicked the link to get pre-approved. It's the #1 click link, no matter how many different versions of this business card I do. It's a landslide. People clicking on the link to get pre-approved before they're even looking at anything else. Social media is a very close second behind that. And then the Google reviews and my bio, nobody seems to really care about. But the pre-approval and the social media are the two things that everybody is clicking on and everybody's following it down. It's also a way that I get the most amount of follow-up. It is a completely commitment-free way for them to go in, fill out a pre-approval. This one's set up through Fidelis, so they get a pre-approval letter through Fidelis, but they don't have to commit to me to anything, right? Also, people say, you're requiring people to give you your phone number at the initial meeting. Yes, instead of just saying, here's my card, I'm gonna say, hey, you mind if I just text you my business card real quick? A couple people look at you sideways, but most times people just give you their cell phone number and you send them your business card. again, this is personal preference, but if somebody's not gonna let me send them a text message when I first meet them, I'm probably gonna have problems getting a home buyer tour agreement signed and other stupid things just to show them the house in the first place. So this to me is a way for vetting out leads. If you're not gonna allow me just to send you the card, I'm probably not gonna have any type of real substantial work that comes out of you anyway. So again, the analytics of this card and being able to know what you're doing and whether or not you're wasting energy is a huge part of why I like it. All right, so like I talked about, two main ways that you transfer this business card are going to be through the QR code, which again, I just like that. It comes back to when I was in recruiting. I like grassroots type of advertising. So Thursday nights, I have 6 different pizza shops. I go drop off a stack of flyers. They put them on their pizza boxes. My LINQ notifications go off all weekend from people getting the QR code on the top of their pizza boxes. It's great. I have two closings this year that came off of pizza boxes. The other big thing is just having my QR code hanging in sheets. You'd be surprised how many people are actually just sitting there, captive audience, while they're waiting for food to get made. They scan your QR code just because they're curious. So a lot of interaction with the QR code. Plus, I like that I can just put it up and walk away, and then it gets scanned.
Do you just literally just put that QR code, or do you like have, or you said you did that for people?
So a lot of people will get 4x4 stickers made and just slap their QR codes around. I used to do that until I got in trouble because it's vandalism. So I don't do that anymore. I go into Canva. That's a 4x4 grid that prints that you're going to be able to get at a LINQ. And then I just take the actual proof of my business card from Fast Signs, just put them on a 4x6 picture, send them wherever you want. I use Walmart. It's 6 cents a print. So somebody tears it down, it costs me less than pretty much anything else I can think of to advertise. So, but yeah, it's just a business card that's up there. When you do download the business card or the QR code, it's going to say LINQ in the middle of there where mine says Iron Valley. I just dropped it into Canva and put an Iron Valley logo over the LINQ logo. And then that's all the extra work that went into it. Number one way that you're going to actually transfer the information to other people is by using the widgets on your phone. So whether I tend to use the tap point on my watch a lot. So if people want my business card, I can just reach out my watch after I open up my wallet. They just start from that. You can have your QR code pulled up on your watch. So if you're in an open house, you can just have people scanning the QR code from your wrist. Or you could just copy and paste that and text it to somebody. So a lot of times when I'm having conversations, especially older people will not have any idea what you're talking about when you say scan this QR code.
Yeah.
Right. So I was trying to be nice. So the bulk of people here are going to have are not really going to really be familiar with the QR codes. A lot of the QR code popularity came out of COVID. A lot of the I'd say younger crowd is very familiar with using a QR code because they use it whenever they go to restaurants and things of that nature. Plus, a lot of the fundraisers are done through it. So it tends to be honestly a lot of senior citizens, but I actually find that as an in because I can sit there and actually show them how to use their phone, and it completely distracts from the fact that I'm trying to sell them on being their agent. So being able to just copy and paste that and text it to somebody is also a nice little plus to be able to have as well. You'll see that copy point right there. When you click on that, it's going to copy it to your clipboard. You could drop it into anything. You can drop it into a text message, email. If you're in a Zoom chat with a client and you just want to send the information to them, you can send everything. You can just drop it wherever you want to. It's cross-platform, so it doesn't matter. It's not like you're just sending. A lot of times with these business cards, you'll have issues with an Android user not being able to open up a link that an Apple user sends. So if everybody just got on board and went to Apple, we'd all be fine. But since we have these people holding out on Droids, you have to worry about the cross-platform stuff. With the LINQ business card, it is in both app stores. It has no problems. It's a seamless transaction. They all read each other. So I like to text it to people just to get the information out in front of them. I can see them open it up on their phone. I can make sure the number they just gave me is an actual number going to their phone. Because if I say, all right, let me text you my business card, and then they give me a number, and 5 seconds later, we're just awkwardly staring at each other, pretty much answers my question as to whether or not they want it. But QR codes and just simply sharing it via text are the two main ways that I get it out there in front of people. All right, so I am very sure that there are groups of people that have not actually downloaded the app yet or gone to the LINQ website and created a profile. So I'm gonna take a 2-minute break here. The web address is on the screen, linkapp.com. Click on the LINQ profile and then create your profile. Do not pay for anything. That's very important. Do not pay for anything. Click no thanks at the bottom of the screen and use the free option. The free option only gets you one business card. You don't have a lot of the bells and whistles, but we're not gonna do anything today that's gonna require bells and whistles. If you want to upgrade to the $5 version is what I use, that's gonna get you a lot of the, like, you can embed YouTube videos on your business cards with that paid version. We're not getting into all that today because I frankly don't have the bandwidth to be able to teach that specific thing over a Zoom meeting. So if anybody wants to learn how to do that stuff with the pro package, we can link up later. But I'm gonna give everybody a couple
I know.
minutes.
I was just gonna say that. Ah, link up.
No pun intended. But I'm gonna give everybody a couple minutes to create that profile. Mike, you good to go?
I've been good.
Oh. Just gonna use you as my anchor for everything.
Don't do that.
Oh, is everybody else good?
This is like a rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Micah, are you good?
Thanks.
Okay.
We're about to find out.
I'm gonna look at your screen just to make sure.
Don't look at this. Look here. There.
Yes, okay. All right, so just so that I make Terry happy, we're gonna bring up the branding guidelines. This screen is gonna have all the hex numbers that are gonna be needed to create your branding guidelines, your template, your color template that's going to line up with the branding guidelines. If you want to use other templates, that's fine. In Canva, a lot of people create their own platforms or their own little templates. All you gotta do is go into Canva, look up the colors you already have in there. It'll give you a hex number. You copy and paste that hex number into this screen, save it. That'll be saved as a permanent color in your color template. These are the official hex numbers for Iron Valley. So if anybody is curious about being in sync with branding guidelines, those are the hex numbers you need. When we get into making the link, the hyperlink on the link, when we get into that portion, we're gonna go through and actually customize a color and put all that stuff in there, but I just wanted you to have this in case anybody wanted to be able to reference all the information from one slideshow. All right, we're gonna take another break here. I need everybody to open the actual LINQ homepage, your Facebook, your professional Facebook page, your professional Instagram page, your Google reviews, your Zillow reviews page, and your actual Iron Valley agent profile. Okay,
You don't have any reviews?
Realtor.com. Can I use this?
you can use realtor.com, whatever you want to. It's basically, these are the,
No, maybe no one likes me. They don't like me or-
basically, these are just gonna be the generic pages we're gonna be used to build actual links for the business card.
Nathan does. He can tell me.
And again, this is based off of my personal preference. KV Core is a great product. So we're gonna anchor everything back into KV Core. So if you're going out and you're using this business or you're using a digital business card to make your life better and easier and more efficient, we should also be having it double back into KV Core so you're not rebuilding clients or prospects and leads into that platform as well.
So are you saying that the content can be automatically put into KV4?
The way that we're gonna build this card, when they click on your agent profile or like property search or anything else like that, it's gonna take them back to your Iron Valley page. So if they fill out any information or they start doing property searches or anything like that through there, it's gonna dump, all that information is gonna dump and feed right back into KV Core. So basically, we're using the link card to guide them into using the Iron Valley website and then right into KV Core. They're building their own profile for you. You should just be able to get a link notification that says this person downloaded your business card and exchanged information with you. And then you should be able to go into KV Core and find that person in there as well. So it just kind of make all the information flow. Is everybody here good?
No, it's okay.
Is everybody at home good to move forward?
I'm just gonna come, yeah, I'm just gonna come back to you.
All right, I'm good.
Are we good? All right, I'm just gonna start talking.
Yep.
So, we're gonna start going into actually building a skeleton for the business card itself. Again, when you go in there, you wanna add features, you wanna take them away, play around with it, it's fine. I'm just gonna give you a business card that you could leave here today and start using and handing out for people, or handing out to people and start getting, experience using the card. So the three things that we're gonna build on the card today are gonna be our quick contacts, our social media, and the links to the pages I just had everybody pull up. The reason I'm doing that is because out of all the business cards that I've used over a decade, those are the only three categories that everybody consistently clicks on and actually looks at. You can add your own content. Like I said, if I'm building an open house business card, I'll probably add different features in there. Couple people have come to me for help building business cards for just random listings that they've had. And like we've embedded YouTube videos on the business card for that listing. So it all depends on what platforms you're using and how comfortable you are with social media. I will say, if you don't feel comfortable on a certain platform, don't put that platform out for other people to see. If you feel awkward, it's going to come across as awkward. So only put on the business card what you're confident you want other people to see you doing. Had a conversation yesterday with two separate agents talking about whether or not they should put TikTok on this card. And they have a grand total of 2 TikTok videos, and it is absolutely horrendous. So my recommendation would be, no, if you're a TikTok person and you like TikTok, throw that on here. If you're not, don't just add it because you see everybody else doing it online. Only post the social media on here that you're confident with.
Christy Knox, that's directed at you. Do not post TikTok to your LINQ account.
I didn't say it.
Is it bad?
So what we're gonna do right now is go back to our link page, and at the top of your profile page, you're going to see, you should have an empty box, a couple empty boxes at the top of it where you're gonna click on add your profile picture. You're gonna put wallpaper up there. I'm not gonna go into explaining that because it works exactly like Facebook. You pick a profile picture, you pick your background, you put them on there. That's what everybody sees. So if you go back to my card, I have the Iron Valley wallpaper with my headshot sitting right there for my profile picture. That's it. That section doesn't really get that extensive. If you pay for the pro version, you can do crazy stuff like upload GIFs or memes or whatever you want to in all these different spaces. I would be very hesitant to put anything on there that moves, only because if somebody is looking up this digital business card, they're technically accessing a URL until they save it to their phone. So anything super fancy you put on there is going to be service dependent for them to see. If you build a business card like the one I showed everybody at the beginning, you can have 1 bar LTE and that business card still loads, still downloads. You start putting videos and other things like on there, it's gonna be, the functionality is gonna be service dependent. So we're gonna go back to that page at the top. It says add contact. Click that button and then scroll down to the quick contact section. Micah, you let me know when you're there. We're just gonna go at your speed.
Wait, what are we, did you say content or con?
So back on the main
Quick
profile
contact.
page, if you are on the browser or you're on your phone, it doesn't matter. At the top of the screen, there'll be a blue button that says add content. It's on the screen too.
I'm lost.
Scroll down.
So you have to go to your actual page. You're on the, there you go. That's a great answer. There you go. Fantastic. So if anybody else is having problems locating what I'm talking about, you have to actually click on the page tab to take you to your business page. Otherwise, if you're looking at a screen with a bunch of advertisements on it, that's the main dashboard. You have to actually click on your page. You'll know you're there because your picture should pop up. Then you can assign your picture and your wallpaper. At the top of that, you'll see that add content button. Go ahead and click that and then scroll down to your quick contact. Click on quick contact, it's going to open up that screen. Go ahead and take a couple minutes, build your phone number and your email address in there. gonna be your mobile number. It's not gonna be the brokerage number.
That's-
Just trying to
You
preface
can.
myself.
That is what-
Underneath office number, I was putting that in.
If you put two numbers in there, when they click on the quick contact button, it's gonna pop up and it's just another rabbit hole for somebody to just
So I
click
should
through.
not put it,
If you just put in your cell phone number. So,
sorry.
Hey, it is what it is.
I'm really good about putting that on stuff, cause someone called me out one time. It wasn't, I don't know.
if you're you wanna be super compliant with branding guidelines, go ahead and put the brokerage number across the wallpaper on the top of your page.
There you go. That's
Yeah,
perfect.
and that just would make Terry happy, and that's all that really matters.
That's it.
Yeah.
And you meet compliance for the state.
Absolutely. No phone calls from corporate for you.
Do you get that? Not about me, right?
No, no, Claire, not about you, honey.
So everybody has their
Tell the person who-
phone
Yes.
Our NMLS number for the mortgage.
We're gonna get to that.
Okay.
Don't you worry, baby bird.
Okay.
I'm gonna feed you. Alright, so this is just. Stick with me.
Okay.
Okay, we talked about this at the beginning, just stick with me. Alright, help me, help you, alright? Alright, so everybody has their phone number on the phone and the text message block. And then your email, and I have to preface this, your realtor email is the one that you put in there. Alright, once that's done, just hit save at the bottom, blue box, or confirm at the bottom, blue box. And then we're gonna go back to add contacts or add content at the top of the screen. Scroll down to where you find your social icons, click on that, and that next box will open. This is where we're gonna go back to our open tabs for Facebook and Instagram. You're on your phone, go in and you're gonna have to do copy and paste from the apps themselves. This is browser's just an easier way for me to explain. So once we get into the actual social icons, it's self-explanatory. Go down to Facebook, copy and paste your URL from Facebook into where it says URL. Same thing for Instagram. If you scroll all the way down to the bottom of the page or the bottom of that section, there are several different spots where you can pick other apps like YouTube or TikTok or things of that nature, and you can add them all in there to stack in your social media section. Are you good?
I can't
Can you
figure out how to
copy
make
the
it
link
in.
from your phone to put it in there?
If you go into your app, you go to your
Yep.
profile, there should be a share thing, and then you just copy the link.
I don't even know what half these apps are. What's the OpenSea?
This is a global app, so there's a lot of things on here that
I just thought maybe.
may
it
not
was
apply.
When you say that.
If you're not sure what the app is, Google it. If your computer shuts down and the government shows up at your door, you know it's probably not one here in the US, okay? Did you get it, Micah?
Mm-mm.
Micah needs one-on-one
I do.
assistance.
I might need one off.
Venmo on here for
There you go.
tips.
Yeah.
So share profile, comes up here, you hit copy link. Now you can go paste that in to the URL section. Anybody on Zoom have questions about the social icons?
Not so far.
I'd like to know the over under of people on Zoom actually doing this.
It looks like all of them are doing it.
So again, if you want to add, you can add whatever social media you want to. If you don't have a lot of content on your pages, or you just aren't a fan of your own social media pages, you go to the Iron Valley, whatever, like Iron Valley of Central PA, go and put their Facebook, their Instagram page on your card. It's still the organization that you belong to. It's still gonna have a steady feed of content on it. The social media is basically just clickbait for people to go into and just kind of scroll through and see that you are an active agent. So if you don't keep up with social media, you don't have a lot of social media content, just use the main Iron Valley's pages. You just go to, on Facebook or Instagram, go hit the share profile button, copy the link, drop that in there. Now you have social media content on your business card.
I can't figure out how to get to my realtor page.
She'll figure it out.
I just.
Do you have a
take
capable
photos.
thing? You can, do that on your phone.
Is there anybody at home that needs help with anything? Nope. All right, keep rolling.
So once you've set up your URLs in there, you can look at the top of the screen or go to the top of that section. You can press on the different options. It will let you pick full-size blocks, very small little icon blocks. I found that the best block is the long one that actually has social media, like Facebook is going the whole way across the business card. Instagram's going the whole way across the business card. If you make it a very small, just icon, a lot of times people, I don't think even register that it's there.
Christy said the York office is going to need a personal visit from Mike Rossi.
Okay.
Well, with Christy leading the ship now.
Just gonna say. That's an extra poker chip. All right, is everybody here good with the social media icons?
Mhm.
If you're good, I'm gonna go on. We're good. Oh, yeah. Oh, no, you're good with social media. Yeah,
He's golden.
that's all he does. We're gonna go.
What's that, Christy?
I didn't say anything, but the York Realtors down here are saying that, Terry, you're being rude to me.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Tell her you love her now.
No, you're not. No, you're
No,
not.
not really. All right, we're gonna mute you now. Bye, Christy.
So we're gonna go back out to the main page after you hit confirm or save on your social media. And we're going to get into, this is gonna be a little difficult. There's probably gonna be some questions, so we're gonna go slow on this one. Yeah, if you think this has been rough so far, strap in.
Oh,
We're
God.
going down the rabbit hole, Alice.
I'm
All
done.
right. We are gonna create our own custom links to link content to our digital business card. This is where everybody in the room is gonna have different things that they're gonna want. For instance, if we went back to everybody should have some sort of social
Where'd we
media on
go?
there. It's 2024. If you don't have social media, take an online class.
We
start
went the
making
wrong
content.
way. There we go.
Google reviews, Zillow reviews, I just put that on there because about a third of the people that visit my business card actually click on that information. And then the agent profile I put on there just as a route back to KV Core. You'll also notice on my digital business card, I have the property search and the home estimate as two separate links. All you do is you go to your Iron Valley agent page, click on start your home search, copy and paste that URL into the hyperlink. We're gonna get into that, but I'm just saying, if you want to find, basically you can make the hyperlink be the exact location that you're looking at on your screen. So if you go into your Iron Valley website, so that all of your information dumps back to KV Core, just go to the page on your profile that you want to come up when you want that link to load and copy that URL. For my own sanity, are there any questions on what I just said? Good, all right,
Good.
excellent.
Mhm.
So building a link on the link is actually very easy. We're gonna go back to add content, and then you're gonna scroll down to
Oh, where are we at?
links. Customize how you share URLs on your page. It's gonna open up to that screen. Now, this is where you can add your custom colors in there and be branding guideline compliant. You just go down to the multicolor plus sign, add the hex colors that you want to add in there. You don't really need to do that right now, but that is where you can go back and add that. You'll see the section that says URL. Just copy and paste your URL from your Google review into that spot. Right above it, it says link text. You can just type right in there, Google reviews. Very simple, very easy. The link text is whatever is going to appear on the actual link when it appears on the card itself. So my bio at the bottom, it doesn't say Iron Valley Real Estate personal page. It just says about Michael. So your URL is not going to dictate what the link text says. You have to actually put on the link, in the link text, what you want people to see when to get them to click on that actual location. Going back to the analytics that we talked about in the beginning. If I have something that is content that I want people to see, but they're just not clicking on it, I can go in there and just change the color, change what the actual wording on the link text says itself. And I've had just a click activity come up just from refocusing it. Believe it or not, making that link used to be the rust color, like all the other ones on my card. Soon as I changed that to black, started getting clicked on. It wasn't getting clicked on prior to that. So just showing a different color, throwing off or adding a variation made it catch people's eyes and they started clicking on it more. So that's why I love the analytics section of this card, because you can think something looks amazing and then the general public will tell you that you're wrong just by the fact it's not getting clicked on. Change a couple things, throw it back out there. Voila, you have actual interaction with people now. With the business card, with the colors on the business card. Obviously, it's your card, you do whatever you want to. If you're, God forbid, not going to use the color palette that is in the branding guidelines, and you want to use other colors, make it consistent. If you start putting a whole bunch of confetti all over that page, the actual research that LINQ has done says that you have to keep a color pattern throughout the entire card. If you start going crazy with the colors and they're just it doesn't make any sense whatsoever, people will not actually start clicking on any content. It almost like subliminally confuses people and they just don't start clicking on anything on your business card. If they don't click on your business card, chances are they're not actually going to reach back out and call you. So how you would know if your color palette is not attracting people is by the analytics. You'll have 600 views and only 5 click interactions. That's how you know that your page is not set up in a way that's enticing people to interact with it. If you need help with that, there are YouTube channels that will break down color palettes. You say, it's spring and I want to have an aggressive sales approach. There's actual color palettes specifically for spring season aggressive sales approach. So you can go on YouTube and find that. They have all the hex numbers. You can drop them in there, have more of a strategic marketing aspect as opposed to just randomly throwing out colors that you like. So take time, create a couple hyperlinks on the page. If anybody has any questions, ask me. It's pretty self-explanatory after you get through the first one. There is an option to add an image. Again, I try to keep that as simple as possible. For anything Iron Valley related, I just put the Iron Valley logo. Google is the Google logo, Zillow, so on and so on. You will see people with digital business cards where they'll put GIFs and other videos on all of these little spots. That business card looks like it just starts to like stroke out and just not work properly. It'll seize and then somebody's trying to save your contact information and the card won't work because it's trying to load all the GIFs that are on the digital business card because they don't have good reception where they're at. It's just better to keep it simple. Don't get too fancy with it. Don't make it more than it needs to be. The card is designed to get interaction and contact information, not to entertain people. The links on your page can take them to social media and the social media can entertain them there. Now, this is obviously discretional. I have this on my business card because it is the #1 link that is clicked on is the how to get pre-approved. Everybody from Fidelis, or everyone has a certain Fidelis liaison that they work with throughout this entire process. It's either Angie, Brent, Jess, or Micah. Can you copy and paste that?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm just gonna have to stop sharing here real quick. Hang tight, everybody at home.
So we're going to copy and paste the links to each individual person's exact pre-approval application. So when somebody clicks on my business card, my assigned liaison is Micah. So when they click on get pre-approved, it takes them right to Micah's pre-approval app. We're cutting out a bunch of middleman steps. We're cutting out making them go to any Fidelis website. It's just they click on that link, goes right into the app. At the end of it, it submits. Micah gives them a call as soon as it submits and follows up. So Terry is dropping into the chat on the Zoom all the links for each individual liaison. Find whoever your liaison is, and you can use that to build your link on your business card as well, should you choose to do so. And with that, I'm going to give everybody a couple minutes to catch up.
I have a question.
Shoot.
Like, whatever.
Yeah, we're gonna,
With the free version?
Yeah.
Oh.
yep, so.
The good thing is it's being recorded and you
okay.
can watch it again.
So then we'll have the link in there.
Yes, yep.
And the question was just asked, if you don't like the way that the page is laid out after you create it, how do you change it? If you scroll to the top of the page, right next to where it says add content, there's a button that says sort. You can, after you click sort, everything on the page will go movable, and you can just rearrange things to the order that you want them to be in.
For anyone who's going to rewatch the recording and follow through, I will post these links in the email when I send the recording out as well.
I know. I'm gonna get everything off of that one.
Yeah. I'm gonna sit down with you.
What are we writing in the- I'm sorry, can we back up?
Yeah.
The section header is to say what?
The section header is something you can put in if you want to,
Okay,
like
have-
above, you don't have to put anything in
Oh,
there.
that's right.
You don't have to actually type any content. That's why all the options technically are grayed out. You don't have to do anything. Nothing is required. If you wanted to put a section header in there, so above social media, it
Yeah,
would say
yeah.
social media. I don't like that. It's because it's, just to me, it's too many characters on the page. I like it clean and simple, and it's just the actual link buttons that are there.
So then, like, I'd say get pre-approved.
Right.
And that, or. And link text.
Link text, yeah.
In the,
We'll use
yeah,
something about that, yeah.
Is that what you write, get pre-approved, or would you have on you?
get pre-approved.
Oh,
And then you drop in the hyperlink from the Fidelis liaison that you have,
sorry.
confirm, hit save at the bottom of that, and then go in and create another hyperlink if you want to, but the customization that I would recommend doing is for like that Fidelis link,
Mhm.
upload the Fidelis logo for the contact card. Right above the URL and the link text, there's a box, a square box that says upload photo.
Mhm.
You can upload the Fidelis logo there. That kind of stuff, I would recommend customize it there because some people are visual, some people are text-based, so some people are gonna read your links and click on them that way, other people are just gonna see the icon and click on it from there. Does anybody that is relying on Christie need an explanation on anything?
I think everybody's good.
Everybody's good or I'm driving to work.
Yeah.
Was there any part of that that anybody wants me to go back over?
Is this right?
I don't know. Preview page.
45 minutes.
Hey, Mike,
Go for it, Kurt. Kurt's got a question.
Yes,
yeah. Hey, when at the beginning, you said your business card, are you using the LINQ digital card or are you using the URL on or the QR code on your business card?
I use them both. So if I'm talking to somebody one-on-one, I will. So there's a lot of different ways you can actually share the card face-to-face. You can get an actual tap point bracelet, or you can turn on the tap point on your phone. I don't like to do that just because I've had my phone cloned recently, so I have that turned off. So I like to just text them the link from my digital business card. So one, I'm texting it to them. I have their phone number so I can follow up. But the QR code is the number one way that I get interaction with the business card from everywhere that I have the QR code plastered. So people are seeing the QR code, scanning it and interacting with the QR code. But I don't like pull out a QR code when I'm talking face to face with somebody and say, here, scan this. There are people that do it like that. I prefer to just text the link directly to somebody so that way I capture their actual cell phone number right then and there.
I've seen a lot of people put the QR code like on their or even like in their photo albums. And when they're talking to somebody, they pull the photo of it up on their phone and have the people scan it right there from the spot.
If you go to the dashboard page has a link to the word link, all the variations. There is a link to the LINQ store. First and foremost, don't spend any money at the LINQ store right away. Don't go, just use the card to make sure it works well for you. Once you share your contact information 5 times, you will get a 50% off coupon from LINQ. So don't buy anything until you shared your business card 5 times. Then you can go in, order a bracelet if you want one. A lot of people will get the iWatch band that has a tap point on the actual band itself. You can buy that kind of stuff. You can buy 3 stickers that have your actual that have a tap point in them. And then that's what a lot of people will put on the back of their cell phone, on the back of their laptops. When I'm sitting somewhere, I haven't done this as an agent, but I did this as a recruiter. If I was sitting somewhere like Denim Coffee, having coffee, I would have something sitting on the table next to me that said like, recruiter on duty with a tap point, and people would come over, and if they didn't want to interact with me, they would just tap their phone against it, get my contact information, and then I would get follow-up from that.
Do
But
people
there's-
actually do that?
Sorry?
Do people actually do that?
Yeah.
A lot of people, okay, it's ironic that I'm in this career field because realistically, I don't actually like a lot of
I
people,
don't think
but,
any of us do.
yeah, it's funny, but, most people, if you can give them a way of interacting with you without actually interacting with you,
Yeah.
they use it. DoorDash is a huge example of that. So if somebody has the ability to get what they want from you without actually having to make eye contact or speak with you, it's great. Plus, a lot of times, the research on it, if you want somebody to scan your QR code, don't put anything on it. Don't say scan me. Don't basically me putting my business card underneath my QR code actually hurts me with getting people to scan it. If you just put a QR code up there and have no description, people will scan it just because they're bored and they're curious.
Like that stupid jewelry store.
Mm.
You know, those billboards that you never.
I
know when they
hate
were-
Steven
yeah,
Singer.
yeah.
Yeah. And everybody's like, what is that? And yeah.
But the best weekend, so I do the pizza box advertisement a lot, mostly because my dad owned pizza boxes or owned pizza shops when we were younger.
So you did just a QR code on that?
A lot of times, or the best weekend I had was just taking an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, print off from Staples, and the only thing on it was a QR code. I even covered up the Iron Valley logo with just a white block, so there was nothing on it that actually gave away what it was. That weekend had the most interaction and the most actual lead generation, like people actually talking to me and contacting me. Sometimes ambiguity makes people curious,
Right.
and they go down a rabbit hole without even realizing.
I would do that. Like, I would be the one that did that.
Now,
Then-
again,
Go ahead.
you could stick with the free version of the business card to do everything that we talked about today. Please don't pay for the pro edition until you've either watched a good amount of YouTube research. If you go on YouTube, there's an entire LINQ channel that will break down exactly how each one of those features works to decide whether or not it's something you actually want to pay for, or can come link up with small groups of people and actually explain the more advanced features of this card. But don't pay for anything with this app. It is a free platform. You should not need to pay for anything just to simply have contact interaction, contact exchange using the card. I like the in-depth click level analytics. I like all of that stuff that comes with the actual pro package. So that's why I pay $5 a month. But $5 a month, $60 a year is also a whole lot cheaper than buying business cards all the time. So,
Does anybody at home have any other questions? No? All right. Well, thank you so much, Mike. We appreciate you taking the time to teach this, and thanks everybody for joining. Thanks, Rossi.
Thanks, Mike.
You've been using this, Mike,
14 years.
and how long did you, well, you didn't use it for free.